Kevin McCullough.
Welcome back. Kevin McCullough, glad to have you with us. That Kevin Show. And we are so thrilled to be able to help children that have nothing to eat and nothing but really dirty, gross water to drink. We're thrilled to be able to give them a new opportunity to have clean, fresh drinking water and delicious, nutritious food. Some rice, some beans, sometimes a little bit of chicken or goat that goes with that. But it's something that will fill their belly, give them protein and carbohydrates so that their body can grow, and it gives them a chance at a better life. And friends, if we don't do it, they will die. Most likely this year, the kids that are on this list, that's how serious it is. Paul Jacobs is back with us from Food for the Poor. And Paul, I remember when we visited a little place called Kadwa, Haiti. It's, I don't know, an hour or so. Well, the drive was an hour or so outside of Port-au-Prince. And then we walked about another hour into the place where they didn't have a road built yet. And there, a pastor was trying to hold a little school class and teach the kids some things. And next to the school, out back behind the building, there was this little, I don't know, maybe a 4x4 size little cesspool. I mean, I don't know how you describe it. It wasn't like a flowing water source, but there was a little gathering of water, and there were dogs doing their business and running through it, and there were children that were playing in it. And I think that one child tried to take a drink out of it, and it was horrifying to me. And this was the water supply for this town. This was a main water supply for this town. And we asked questions of the pastor, and he said, "It is a miracle that you're here. You're an answer to prayer." And I came back and told my listeners about it, and you helped me tell that story. But a year later, you and I went back, and one of those children came up and grabbed me by the hand and took me over to the water filtration system. He had a little cup in his hand, and he took some of that water out. He swigged it. He wiped his mouth, and he said, "Mister, that's delicious water." And I thought, wow, what a difference this can make when people get involved.
Delicious water. Just think about the last time you had a bottled water, you had something from your tap, or maybe you had a water fountain in a public place. Maybe it's on your job, and you took a sip, went back to your whatever you were doing. You didn't consider it was delicious water.
No.
Maybe you had you had a moment just to sit back, and you're thirsty, and you just didn't even think about it. Probably couldn't even tell me what it was. But for these families, desperate, waiting, every moment they were praying, asking God when, and then an answer came from a listener just like you to answer their prayer. This is why we're asking you right now for the next Kadwa, for the next community, for the next child that is awaiting patiently for that delicious water. You could be the answer right now.
855-349-4673, 855-349-4673, or go to instagood.org. Instagood is one of the most common hashtags on all of the social webs because people want to do good. Well, if you want to do instant good, go to instagood.org and give a gift right now, because when you do, we have a special matching challenge that's underway. If you give a gift right now, it will be doubled in impact. So if you give a gift of $160 to feed 2 children through Food for the Poor, 2 children that will not eat otherwise, they will not have clean, nutritious drinking water otherwise, they will have those polluted sources, they will have that polluted source of water. But if you give right now, twice the impact, twice as many kids helped, twice as much food, twice as many meals, and clean drinking water for all of them. Everyone that we get to is going to have clean drinking water going forward. 855-349-4673, 855-349-4673. Paul, I want to narrow down on something that we were talking about there, though, because the source of clean drinking water, when you have parasites and things that are in the water, it's not just the dehydrating effect of having bad water that kills people. Many times it is the germs and the parasites and the things that are in that water, chemicals from machinery or waste products from animals or other things that work its way into the child's system. And when you're trying to survive life with an immune system that's badly damaged because you've been malnourished for most of your life, you have no immune system to fight it with. And so an intestinal bug that you and I might get over in just a day, not feel very good, but be back at work the next day, will take their life. It'll send them into comas, and they never wake up again. I mean, this is a really cruel. Having no access to clean water is one of the cruelest ways to die, and yet there are children that die every year, and we can prevent that if people get involved right now.
You know, it's interesting when you just take a walk with me back to our trip to Haiti, where Kevin and I visited all of these communities. One of the common things that you see in children in these communities where they do not have proper nutrition, they're not eating every day, and of course, the water is just filthy, is you see children with these severe runny noses, sometimes crusting right below their nose. We've all seen this in our children. I mean, Kevin, your kids, you just take a little napkin out there, and and mom's probably got something ready at the ready, and just wipes the nose, and you keep it moving. But in Haiti, it is a sign of something more severe. It is a sign of a respiratory illness that has been brought on by a weakened immune system. It's a respiratory illness that, quite frankly, because the immune system is so compromised, and because these children are not getting the nutrition they need, and that next cup of water will be just as dirty and polluted as the last, that these children, for a common cold, could be life-threatening. And so we're asking you right now that because your gift is going to help provide food, provide nutrition, make sure these children are drinking water that is not going to make them sick with every sip, that you are saving a life. Don't take that lightly. You are saving a life of a child, or 4 or 25 with $1,000 gift. And I know you probably just said to yourself, where am I going to get this $1,000 that you talk of? I want you to consider not the money, but I want you to consider 25 children whose lives have been put back on track because your compassion and generosity took front and center today.
Yeah, friend, and if you can do those larger gifts, and I have many people that watch and listen that are able to do that, your gift, your impact will be doubled right now. So why not give that big gift and help as many children as possible? We know of 100 right now that have not been helped that were on our list from late last summer, and we want to make sure that before we even get out of the first quarter of this year, that we've assured their parents, those kids, hey, you're not going to starve to death this year. We're going to make sure you have clean drinking water and healthy, nutritious food at least twice a day for the coming year. An $80 gift delivers 750 meals. Come on, people. This is doable. We can help children right now.
Stick around for more of That Kevin. Next, That Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.